The person who compromises more, right, is in a less leveraged position. The person that compromises
all this
less.
thought of like leverage and my partner leaving me immediately if I don't have the.
It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. One is the leader.
You're a smart guy.
One is the leader. One's the follower.
Yeah.
The follower compromises more.
Realistically, compromising is supposed to be the tool of a leader. A leader is supposed to be the one who makes compromises because the leader is the one who's supposed to take what everybody else wants to account as well as what they want, like the decision they make. Let's say they're like, we're going to go to McDonald's. But then their follower or followers, they're like, oh, we want to go to Wendy's. It's like, So then the leader has to make a compromise in order to accommodate for that extra factor, which is, right, or their follower wants to go somewhere different. Now, what they're trying to say is that in a relationship, like the guy's leading the woman's following, that even though she wants to go to Wendy's, she has to go to McDonald's because that's what he wants, right? So he's like, well, we're going to McDonald's because it's cheaper. And then she's like, all right, well, I might have to go with McDonald's. Like, for example, if she wants to go to a 5-star restaurant, but he's like, now we're going to McDonald's because it's cheaper. So she has to compromise her wanting the 5-star restaurant for McDonald's. That's what they mean by, that's what they're trying to say compromising is. That they have, the person following has to give up getting what they want because somebody else, is going to be the one who decides, like the final decision type stuff. So that's what they're trying to say. But then they add the whole leverage thing, which is like, okay, so it becomes more of less of democracy, right? Because compromise is supposed to be democratic. It's supposed to be the way I look at compromising as a win-win situation where everyone gets what they want. So, for example, I will swing by McDonald's, get what I want, swing by Wendy's, and she gets what she wants. Bang, win-win. That's a compromise where everyone wins. Me, like, no, we're going to McDonald's and you're going to also eat McDonald's. That's not compromising. I'll say it. That's dictating. Situations matters, but that's where the exception comes in, right? The exception to the rule. So the exception is if I wanted to eat healthy, and it's like, well, McDonald's have healthier options. That's why I want to go to McDonald's instead for the healthier options. Then that's the thing. Especially if she's like, nah, I want to eat unhealthy. It's like, yeah, you do, but, eating unhealthy is not healthy. That's the point. And I don't agree with it, blah, 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 right? So, but of course, communication and stuff like that. And there could be a compromise where it's like, okay, you can have one unhealthy item from Wendy's, but the main bulk of what you're going to consume, especially since I'm paying for it, should be healthy. So you can get, let's say, a burger from Wendy's, but you're going to, eat some chicken, some salad wrap or something like that from McDonald's, or some salad or whatever they have that's healthy. As a hypothetical, obviously fast foods are not the best place for health food, but you get the idea, right? But the thing about compromising is that's what you're doing. You are trying to create a win-win situation. That's the way I see compromising, is that you're trying to create a win-win situation. Try to make sure that everyone gets what they want. That's why we have a democracy, right? So that way everyone wins instead of a dictatorship, right? Where it's one way or the highway. A lot of these guys in the red pill space, as you can see, they got this whole my way or the highway mentality. So they definitely don't know about compromising.
Women really want partners. Why is that? No matter how much money a woman makes, she still wants a guy to make 56% more than her.
She does, but that number has been decreasing for the past 20 years. It used to be like 24% of women would be okay with a guy out-earning her, or her out-earning a guy, and that number's gotten increased over time.
Here's the difference.
Because the culture has changed.
Yeah, chicks don't believe in partnerships. For real. They want a guy to take care of them. Because they're selfish. And that's fine. Female gender is supposed to be selfish. The male gender is supposed to be selfless. So we're supposed to give, they're supposed to take. Not surprising that they want a guy who has more to give, which is why they typically want guys who make more money than them, who are doing more than them. They always want a guy who has more than them, so that way they can benefit from that. It's hard to benefit from somebody who has nothing. But if somebody has more than you, can. If somebody has something equal to you, it's hard for you to benefit from. So it's hard for you to benefit from somebody who has the same as you and less. Because somebody who has less than you, well, they have nothing to give, right? Somebody who has the same as you, they don't have any extra to give. Somebody who has more than you has extra to give, so they can give. And chicks want guys who can give. This is why chicks want guys who are rich, right? Who has status and all this other stuff, right? Who travel the world and so forth, because they want things. They want stuff. Chicks are more materialistic than guys are. Guys want sex. Women want money or success. They want the experiences. Guys just want the basics, sex, time, and silence, right? And that's the thing. Guys are simpler, whether you're a man or a fuckboy. We're simple, right? Sex, then everything else. For ladies, it's money, then everything else, because everything else can be obtained with money, and they don't value sex as much as we do, right? They don't value it as like it's top of our list. See, the top of our list is sex. Top of their list is money, right? Resources. This is why ladies, make money off of sex, while guys don't, right? Guys give money for sex. See, so that's the thing. Once you understand that guys care about sex more than money, and women care about money more than sex, it's easy to understand the male and female genders. It's easy to understand the world, right? There are exceptions, right? But the exception does not change the majority, right? It doesn't change the rule. The rule is men prefer, sex over money, women, money over sex. And that's it, the most basic thing. Once you understand that basic stuff, everything else makes sense. And the whole idea is to make sense of everything. Make sense of why, even though a chick is like, oh, I believe in 50-50, she doesn't actually do it, right? Her actions speak louder than her words. She says she's into 50-50 relationships, but in reality, she's into 100, 0% relationships. Where the guy does more, way more than she does. Right? He gives more, she takes more. So that's the thing. So that's why when ladies started making more money than guys, that was a good thing because they like money. But they started realizing that the guys become less useful, right? Because since the woman is making more money than the guy, that means she has more money to do the things she wants to do, so she has no need for him. So he doesn't have the purpose that normally he would have, which is he will have more money, so he has more money to give her. It makes no sense to give a billionaire $20. They're a billionaire. They have more than the $20. But a person who's broke, who has no money, if you give them $20, it matters because you're giving them something they don't have. So ladies want a guy who can give them stuff they don't have, so it makes no sense for a chick to have everything and be with a guy who can't give her nothing. Nothing that she doesn't already have. She already has everything, so this is why that's why Myron and them are always pointing out the fact that like chicks want guys who have more. That even when a chick makes more money, she wants a guy who makes even more than that. So if a chick's a millionaire, she wants a guy who has doubled the income, who's and that creates a problem, right? Because it's like the higher she goes up financially, the higher whoever she deals with has to have more than her. She won't be happy with like, okay, I have more than enough money to take care of, to take care of all my needs. So I don't need nothing from a guy. A guy doesn't have to give me anything or do anything for me other than give me dick. But ladies, like I said, they don't care about sex as much as we do. They care about money more than we do. So that's why they won't be with a guy who is broke, as they always like to say, even though the guy has money, it's just he has less than her, who's broke, and all he offers is dick. She's like, nah, that's not what I want. Because she doesn't value it as much. If she did, then there wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, there'd be a whole bunch of guys out here, making minimum wage with a whole bunch of millionaire females, right? That's how it would be, but that's not how it is. You know why? It's not because the guys are like, oh my gosh, she makes so much money, I don't want to date her. No, it's because she doesn't want him. She's looking down on him because of that. The more money she makes, the taller she gets, right? She's on the top of the stack of this money, looking down at all the dudes that don't have a stack to be on her level. So she's always looking down. And you know how ladies are. Chicks look down on each other. You don't think they're going to look down on a dude? And chicks don't want to take care of guys, so a chick doesn't want to be the one that gives. She wants to be the one that receives. Biologically, females are the takers, not the givers. Right? They're the giver of life, but they're not the giver of money. Right? So a chick is not going to take care of a dude, but a dude absolutely will take care of a chick, obviously. And that's just how it is.
When a man makes that money, he doesn't give a fuck what the woman makes. But when the woman makes that money, she does care.
That is not true.
So that-
Men absolutely care.
Men don't care about a woman's money, mainly because we can't. Typically, we can't use it. Plus, we're not trying to use it. That's the thing. Guys, broke guys, right? Fuck boys, they definitely want a chick with money because they want to use the chick for their money. So that way they can get other chicks and do the things they want to do, right? But men have no need for a woman's money. Also, men don't pick women based off of their income, based off of their job. They pick them based off of their their hotness. Because a guy doesn't fuck money, he fucks a hottie. So money is irrelevant. A chick can look like Jabba the Hutt and be a billionaire. He's not gonna be like, oh well, she's a billionaire, I'll fuck Jabba the Hutt. No. So the money is irrelevant. The money doesn't make her fuckable, right? In a guy's mind, because a guy doesn't get turned on by a chick with a lot of money. But a chick does get turned on by a guy with a lot of money. Because again, guys want sex, ladies want success or money, right? Right now, granted, you could be like, oh, emotions is why ladies, have sex. Yeah, like emotion is why she has sex. But the reason she looks a guy's way typically is because he has stuff that she doesn't have, which usually will be height, money, cars, and the list goes on, right? Of things that she doesn't have that he does, and she wants him for that. The point is, sex is secondary for women. Sex is primary for men, and that's the difference. That's why we say over and over again, it's like, yeah, we don't care about we don't care about. Real men don't care about money at all. Like, we don't care about money. We understand it's a tool. Like, we don't treasure money. We don't value money as it's more important than anything else. We definitely don't value money over sex, over the female gender. That's why no, we do not care about their money because it's their money, right? They're not going to give it to us for anything in return, right? It's not like they're going to give us money and we give them dick in return. Like, no. And they're more likely going to pick us because we have more money to give them. Them having money is irrelevant because it's not like, okay, here's some money, and then they'll be like, all right, well, I'll give you money back. They're not going to do that. They'll gladly take the money, and they're not going to give it back to you. They don't want to give you money. So they're like, well, I know you want something. Yeah, what do you got to give? I mean, you could give me money. No. You can have my body. All right, fair enough. Right? That's how it really works. It's like we have no interest, desire for money. So no, men don't care about women's money, and we definitely don't care about our own money because it's just money. It's nothing. It's no different from a screwdriver. It has a use and a purpose, but other than that, it doesn't really matter. You can live life and be happy without a screwdriver. I mean, does it make life easier to have a screwdriver when you need a screwdriver? Yeah, but it's not more important than the things you want to do and the people you want to be with. So no, men don't care about money because it's not our top priority. Sex is.
They don't give a shit because men never had an issue with marrying
and what's
down.
happening to them? They leave the NBA and they go bankrupt in 5 years.
But that's not the point.
Right?
The point
no,
is,
that is exactly the point.
No.
Like people.
You're changing the goalposts.
No,
the argument is that men will date down. Women won't. That's the argument.
Guys do date down, right? Guys, men, right? They do date down. Socially. What guys don't want to do is date down sexually, right? As in, they want the hottest chick. Now, granted, they'll take less because it's better to have something than nothing. But just like most women says, they don't want to settle for a guy less than a millionaire, for example, right? They want a successful guy. They don't want a broke guy. Guys don't want an unattractive female. They want a hot chick, right? Hot woman. So, since we value things differently, right? Guys value attractiveness, right? Looks, and females value usefulness, money. Then, yeah, guys date down socially. Chicks do not want to date down socially. So that's why a chick would be with an ugly rich guy, but won't be with an ugly poor guy. Just like a guy would be with a poor hot woman as opposed to a rich ugly woman. That's a fact. Yes, there are exceptions, but that doesn't matter. That's not the general. The majority is guys want hot women, which is their version of a millionaire, and women want financially successful guys, aka millionaire, right? As an example. That's the equivalence. Nothing is equal, but things are equivalent. They're similar enough. So the way we are similar is we value beauty, like if it's money, currency, right? And ladies value money as valuable, aka currency, right? So we value beauty, y'all value money. So yes, guys date down socially. So a millionaire guy does not have to be with a millionaire woman. He could be with a homeless woman, right? And you're like, if she's hot, that's all that matters. But a woman wouldn't be with a homeless guy with a good heart. She'd rather be with the cheating asshole who's a billionaire. See that? So you gotta pay attention. Actions speak louder than words. If a whole bunch of women out here, a whole bunch of females were constantly chasing after good-hearted, average guys or low-income guys or even homeless guys, then we will be like, oh yeah, chicks don't care about money, right? They don't care about guys who are rich and successful. They actually care about who the guy is on the inside. Who he is more important than what he got, or that kind of stuff. So no, ladies do not date down financially. They always want to date up financially, socially, right? Guys always date down financially, but they always want to date up sexually. This is why after a guy breaks up, breaks up, right? Well, has a relationship that ended, he's always looking for a chick who's a lot like his ex, but hotter, right? Better looking. Just like when a chick is with a guy, like, oh my God, he worked at McDonald's. Now I want a millionaire. It's like, okay, you're trying to financially date up, okay, but more likely that rich guy is going to be just as much of an asshole as that guy flipping burgers at McDonald's, because you didn't choose based off of money the first time. You chose off of feelings, and you didn't feel that he was the cheating type. Newsflash, right? But somebody who's rich, a guy who's rich is more likely more tempted, or at least has more opportunities and options to cheat. So it could happen. So therefore, choosing a guy with more money as if that guarantees he won't cheat is dumb. That's not good logic. So ladies always date, always fuck down. Guys always fuck up. Chicks always fuck down. So you always do worse after relationships. Guys always do better after relationships. That's just a fact.